guys, it's Lexi. I hope you're all doing well. I'm filming a little bit of a different video for you today. This is going to be just a video where I kind of go over all of the scents that are going to be offered in the upcoming Zeep holiday collection launch. So initially, when I saw that list that was posted for the first time, I was like giddy, like a child on Christmas. I was so excited. And I was like, oh man, I have tried, honestly, I think almost everything on that list except for maybe like 5 scents. So I was like, I could definitely give you guys some good thought out, like, I don't know, I guess reviews or descriptions of the scents. And I was like, why not do it? Keep in mind, I do want to just mention, scent is extremely subjective. So what I like might not be what you like and vice versa. So I'm just going to go over everything and try to give you guys the best description without being like, this is good, this is bad, because of course that's going to vary from person to person. So I'm just going to kind of tell you what I smell when I have melted these scents, and then just for a few of them, maybe briefly talk about the performance and everything. But overall, this list looks so good. I'm very excited about it. It is going to be happening on October 21st, which is this upcoming Saturday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I'm like a little bit bummed out because it's actually going to be happening like right at when I'm having a wedding ceremony. It's going to be happening like during the ceremony, and I'm going to be photographing it. So you guys better leave some good stuff for me because I'm not going to be able to get to it right when it opens. I did go ahead and write down everything for like the scent notes and all of the wax melts on here. And then I went through my old videos of my empties and my hauls and everything from the winter collections. And I think I've been shopping with Zeep for the past 3 or maybe 4 years now. So I went through all of my videos and I kind of accumulated all of my thoughts from those videos and wrote them below here so I could give you guys the best description as possible. So I'm gonna just jump right in with all of the wax melt scents first, and then there are a couple candles and scents that I've tried and some body care as well, but I'm gonna wait for the end of this video to go over those. So first scent I wanna talk about on the list is Yuletide Carols, and Yuletide Carols is sweet and sophisticated vanilla bean mingled with hints of fresh cut Christmas fir. And this is a scent that it was offered in body care initially, and I did have that body care and I used it and I loved it. And then last year it was offered in wax for the first time, and I did pick it up right here in the shapes. I, however, did not melt it last year. I think I was just like afraid that it wouldn't come back again this year, but I'm very happy to see that it was offered in wax melts this year. So I'm going to melt this one sooner rather than later. And I probably should have melted this before this video, but I've been so in Halloween mode right now that I couldn't even think about Christmas. But this scent is amazing. When I had it in body care previously, it just smelled like the most amazing like tree and vanilla scent. And it's like a very different, it's not, okay, so I guess in my mind, this scent for the description definitely sounds like it would be like a vanilla balsam, like Bath and Body Works type scent. But I feel like that scent, the vanilla comes across as like almost like an edible vanilla with the tree. And I feel like every time I smell vanilla balsam from Bath and Body Works, it doesn't make my nose as happy as I wish it would. This, however, does make my nose really happy. This vanilla, the sweet vanilla bean note in here, smells more like a body care leaning vanilla rather than like a food-based creamy like vanilla cake or vanilla like dessert type scent. This actually smells like a vanilla that you would wear on your body, and then mixed with the tree, it's just like it makes the tree very soft and sweet. This is an amazing scent. I'm very excited to melt it for the first time this year. I'm definitely going to attempt to get some more of this to melt this year, but based on this in body care, I loved it. And based on this just sniffing at cold sniff, it is a very, very good tree and vanilla scent. Love that. So that is Yuletide Carols. So the second scent that I want to talk about is Christmas in a Cup. And I believe that initially this scent originally was available in the first coffee sampler that was available with Zeep. And then it was brought out last year in a larger size, and I melted it in a larger size and the sample, and both times really enjoyed it. So the scent notes of this are: turn on your favorite Christmas movie and enjoy some sugar cookies with a mug of eggnog mixed with espresso and sweet cream. So it's sugar cookies, eggnog, espresso, and sweet cream. And when I watched my review back of this scent, I did remark that it really reminded me of just being in a like coffee shop during the holiday season, and you can smell like the espresso and you can smell like eggnog, and it was just like a very beautiful blend of both of those things. And I did also say that this is a scent that I would definitely want to repurchase. So I'm excited to hopefully grab some more of this one this year. It is a scent where if you really do enjoy coffee scents and you want something that's like good for the time of year, like holiday time of year, then I'm sure you would probably really enjoy this. They blended beautifully together, the espresso and the eggnog. I just feel like it was creamy and rich and it just worked. So that is Christmas in a Cup. The next one, and I actually have that one here to share with you guys, is White Christmas. And White Christmas is a walk through the snowy woods, taking in fresh fir and balsam trees. And I do have this one here to show you guys. It's like two little Christmas tree shapes. And it does say on the scent notes on the bag, it says fir trees, balsam, and dreaming of a ... So this one, I remarked that it is a spot-on, authentic Christmas tree scent with no other additions of scent notes. I said it is classic and a great performer. This is one that I feel like if you love like fresh balsam from Bath & Body Works, or just like those classic tree scents when you're decorating the tree, then I feel like you can't go wrong with this. And I've talked about it 100 times before, but in my opinion, I believe that Zeep has like one of the best fir tree oils out there. It is sweet. It is authentic. It's not overly like green, but there is like, it's fresh and it's real smelling, but it's not like needly or sharp smelling. It's very sweet and like toned down, and it just smells delicious. So I love this scent. Could not recommend this one more. And especially if you are seeking out the most authentic tree, just tree alone based scent on this list, then it is White Christmas. This is the one that is tree. Classic, pure, that's what you get, that's what I smell, and it is a very good performer. The next scent that I have here as well is Christmas Eve. And Christmas Eve notes say, cozy up by the crackling fire with sweet toasted marshmallows next to a freshly cut tree. And this one here, the notes on the bag just say crackling fire, fir and balsam, and toasted marshmallows. And this is in the little shapes. In my opinion on this scent, oh my gosh, I love it. It is so, so good. I would say that if you have had the White Christmas scent before and you really enjoyed it and you want it to be that plus like that crackling fire, fireside scent, then this is it. The toasted vanilla or the toasted marshmallow note in here isn't overwhelming. I think if anything, it just kind of goes hand in hand with the sweetness from the tree and maybe just makes it just a hair sweeter. But this is mostly like a tree, Christmas tree, that White Christmas, exactly same scent, but you add in like a crackling fire scent. And it's not like an overly smoky scent, but it just adds like a little bit more uniqueness. And I enjoy both of these scents, both of these tree scents very much. And I honestly think that they're both worth getting. But this one, if you want something to be like a little bit more, I don't know, just a little bit more unique and a little bit different, something that's like Christmas with a twist, then this is the one for you. It's so good. It definitely like invokes that like warm, like inside your house next to the fireplace kind of a scent. I did also write here, and I wanted to mention this, that it was an amazing performer. And I said, you take White Christmas, add a sweet, smoky vibe. It is very comforting. So the next scent that I want to talk about is Christmas tree cakes. And the notes for this one say, your favorite holiday snack, creamy vanilla buttercream, sandwiched between buttery white cake and the teeniest hint of holiday spice for a twist. So I don't have any of this to show for you guys, but I believe it is the same like shapes, but it is all white with like the red on it, and it looks like the Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes. And I know there's a lot of different vendor wax companies out there that are doing their own take on Christmas tree cakes this year, so that's really fun. And I want to say, I think Zeep is one of the first that I saw doing it. This one, my post-warm review on this, I said, I really enjoyed this way more than I anticipated. It is a very creamy vanilla cake scent with just the smallest hint of like a nutmeg spice. And it didn't come across like overly spicy to my nose. It wasn't like a cinnamon spice. It wasn't like overwhelming. It was mostly that very rich, dense vanilla cake. And it was very like strong. For being a vanilla cake scent, typically it's hard to really get a good performance out of those. At least in my home, I seem to struggle with those. But this, I remember, I put this alongside a different scent and it overtook the other blend, which had tree in it. And I was very surprised. I was like, how is this happening that a tree-based scent is getting overpowered by a vanilla-based scent? So I was really impressed with that. And I said, overall, an amazing performer, and I would get some more of this. So another one for my list, you guys. But if you enjoy creamy vanilla bakery scents and you want something to kind of like give you that realistic Little Debbie Christmas tree cake scent, then Christmas tree cakes is definitely a winner. So the next one I want to talk about is Christmas Magic. And Christmas Magic notes read, it's a crisp winter afternoon with the scent of freshly chopped birchwood and a pot of cranberries and apples bubbling on the stove. And I do have this scent in a clamshell. This is one that I initially picked up last year during the release in body care form, and I loved it so much in the body care that I wanted to have it in wax form. So I went back in and I just threw in a clamshell just so I could hold on to it for this season in case it didn't come back. Very happy that it is back. The notes on here, the clamshell, read winter apple, juicy cranberry, and white birch. And this is absolutely a birch tree scent with, in my opinion, almost like a dried cranberry and apple peel type scent. It's mostly that strong tree, but the fruit notes in here are not overly fruity juicy or like summery juicy. You know how sometimes like fruit-based scents are like obviously like more of a summertime fruit and some are like more like dried winter fall fruits. This definitely comes across much more like dried fruit. It does say bubbling on the stove, but to my nose, it's definitely more dried smelling, which I think is really, really beautiful and definitely gives a kind of a vibe of like a cabin in the woods. And there is almost like a smoky quality to the birch tree in here. It's like a subtly like maybe birch tree that was like on the fireplace and then like put out. With a hint of like the fruit, but it's like dried fruit, maybe like hanging on like a garland in front of that like fireplace mantle. That's the vibe that I get from this. Like I mentioned, I've only tried it in the body care, so I can't speak to it because this is a full clamshell here, but this is another one that I feel like I might want to grab a little bit more of, and definitely do want to melt it before this week and see. But once again, I'm still in fall mode, you guys, so I don't know. It's tricky, right? Okay, so the next one I do not have any of. This is either new this year or maybe I just haven't gotten around to trying this one. It's Pop the Bubbly. And Pop the Bubbly notes read, Happy New Year, juicy red pomegranate berries bursting into bubbly ice champagne. Have not tried this one. If I had to guess, this one would probably be just like a very nice, bright, fruity scent for the new year. You know, sometimes after the holidays, you just want something fresh, bright, and fruity to kind of like wash away all of the dark, heavy, woodsy scents that you've been melting recently. So I feel like that one could be really lovely. Another scent that I have only tried in body care, but I do still want to kind of share my opinion on it, is Grinch cookies. So Grinch cookies notes are buttery sugar cookies topped with creamy peppermint candies. And like I mentioned, I only tried it in body care, and I said, I'm not sure how this would translate to wax. However, it is exactly what it says in the notes. It is a minty sugar cookie. And to my nose, the mint read more of like a buttermint than a peppermint candy. It does say peppermint candy, but to my nose, it definitely gave me like a buttermint candy, like the little buttermint. So I feel like if you are a fan of like peppermint sugar cookie scents, then this is probably going to be right up your alley because that's exactly what it is. It's just like a peppermint sugar cookie. The next one I want to talk about is Santa Baby. This says, sweet and sexy, just like Mrs. Claus likes it. Creamy vanilla bean, toasty mallow, and sultry pink sugar. And I have melted this one almost every season that it has come out now. And I wrote, it is a very pretty, like sophisticated vanilla bean pink sugar blend. I said, for being a pink sugar blend, which I'm kind of picky in pink sugars, this is a really good one. It's blended perfectly. It's not too much pink sugar. It's not too much vanilla. It's like a perfect marriage of both of those scents. It's definitely very warm and comforting and really nice and pretty for like a bedroom scent during this time of year. I feel like you probably can't go wrong with this, especially if you are a fan of pink sugar. Then I feel like you'd be like, oh, this is just like perfection, pink sugar and vanilla. It's like you can't go wrong with it. So that one is Santa Baby. The next one is Elves Who Brunch. And the notes of this are, wake up to brunch with the elves, just like walking into Grandma's house on Christmas morning. Fluffy buttermilk pancakes, sweet maple syrup, and hints of bacon and eggs fill the room. This is one that I have seen multiple times for their releases and I've never melted before. I've always just been a little bit nervous because I have heard people say that they can pick up on the bacon and egg scent. And to me, that just sounds like a little too out of the box for me. So I've never melted this one. I can't speak to this one, but I feel like if you're somebody who really likes to go outside of the box and get some unique scents, then this might be a fun one for you to try. And if you do, please let me know in a comment if you like it, because I'm very curious about that one. Next up, we have another one that I've only ever tried in body care, which is Snow Angels. Snow Angels notes read, creamy vanilla with hints of sweet coconut and fresh cherry, sprinkled with powdered sugar and a hint of sweet mint. And I did say that I am not sure, once again, how this would translate to wax, but in the body care, it came across as a very sweet, fruity mint scent, but not like juicy fruit. It was more of like a body care fruit. And the coconut wasn't like coconut shavings or like a bakery coconut. And it wasn't like a tropical coconut. It kind of just smelled like I don't know, like a almost floral leaning body care coconut. And the cherry wasn't like maraschino cherry, but it wasn't like black cherry. It was just like, I don't know. They almost felt like they were just like like if you took a coconut and cherry and you like smushed them together. I know this is a terrible description, but it was just like a very sweet, subtly minty fruit, kind of almost like a floral fruit based scent. Very, very pretty. I did enjoy it. If you're a person who doesn't love like the overly like Christmas tree scents, or even I guess like bakery scents, and then I feel like this would probably be perfect. This one and then that Pop the Champagne or Pop the Bubbly one, I feel like are scents that are good for people that maybe don't like those classic Christmas scents. I feel like this could be perfect for you. The next one, which also could be, I think, really nice for somebody that doesn't love like the classic Christmas type base scents, is Abominable Snowman. This one notes read, he's big, he's fluffy, and he's oh so cuddly. This snowman is wrapped in the finest cashmere sweater and lurking deep in the forest amidst the tall pines in winter wonderland. And I did melt this in wax form, and I really enjoyed it. And I said that this was an incredibly strong performer. Like, this was one of the strongest wax melts that I've melted from Zeep. It was so strong for me. And I said it really reminded me of being in a winter hotel, like resort, with the windows open. It was kind of cool, but you smelled like the fresh, like cashmere, like sheets and everything, and like blankets and all the freshly made like linen. And it was like clean and fresh. And there was like a bit of a crispness to the scent of like a cold air. And you got a little bit of a tree, but not like overwhelming tree. It was very, very pretty. Definitely sweet and fresh and clean. The next one I want to talk about is Black Tie Affair. This says sweet and creamy amaretto spiked eggnog. I've never tried this one. I think it was released before, but I just didn't get my hands on it. But this sounds incredible, and this is one that is definitely on my list to try this year. Amaretto is like a liqueur, and it's like, I think it's like almond based, but sometimes leans like a little cherry-ish flavored. I feel like this is going to be like incredibly delicious, and I already really enjoy amaretto, but with eggnog, like a creamy eggnog, I feel like it's just going to make it a million times better. So this is one that's definitely on my list. I cannot wait to melt this one, like smell it, melt it. you guys better leave me some of this one because I'll be very sad if I can't get any of this. But man, it sounds so good, you guys. So that is black tie affair. The next one I want to talk about is cotton-headed ninny muggins. And it says, the best way to spread Christmas cheer is with sugar cookies, pine trees, hint of spiced orange peel, and cranberries and apple cider donuts. There are a lot of notes in this, and this is a scent that I have tried before. And I will say, I remember being so confused by this scent because there were so many things going on. And it's like one time I felt like I could smell more bakery. Another time I felt like it smelled more fruity. Another time I was like, okay, maybe I get the trees. It was just like all of the Christmas tree scents put together. This one, I really can't give you a great description besides like, if you like all of these things, then maybe you would like this. It was just like everything all at once. So I feel like, okay, I guess, how would I describe this? I guess I would describe this as like kind of being it kind of reminded me of almost like a fruit cake scent. Like, you know what I mean? Like a fruit cake or like a spice cake or something like that. With like a bit, like I guess a bit of a tree in there. But like I said, like it was all of the different things at different times when I smelled it. So that one is cotton-headed ninny muggins. I wish I could give you guys a better description, but I truly can't. It is such a unique scent that I'm just like, it was a little bit of everything. Everything listed all at once. The next one I have is Christmas cobbler, and the notes are grab a bite of gooey apple and peach cobbler, spiced with cinnamon and nutmeg, wrapped in a buttery, flaky pie crust. And this one I wrote, it was a medium performer in my house, and it mainly came across to me as a cooked down, like sugared apple and peach scent, like more of the inside of like a peach apple pie rather than like the crust outside. But if you really enjoy like those warm cooked apple type scents, then you'd probably really enjoy this one. The next one I have here is Night Before Christmas. It is snuggle up in a cozy flannel sheet with the cool winter breeze of tall pines and crisp white snow blowing in through the windows. This is another one that I personally never tried before, and it's just because I've always been afraid of that flannel sheet oil. But I have recently smelled that from Zeep in some of the like Halloween scents, like fall scents, and I like really enjoy it. So I think I'm gonna pick this up this year. If you guys have tried this one, please let me know and comment how you enjoy it. Next one is Under the Mistletoe. The notes are the quintessential Christmas scent, fresh hanging bows and berries across your beautifully decorated mantle. And I have melted this one before, and I remarked that it is a very fresh leafy green scent. So it did come across less of like the needly like pine, fir tree, balsam tree type scent, and did come across much more like leafy green, like almost like ivy type scent a little bit. I said it is a beautiful fresh scent. Specifically, I melted it in my bathroom and really enjoyed it in my bathroom. And it was also a very long lasting scent. I said this one was just kept going for like 2 days when I melted it. So that is Under the Mistletoe. The next one I want to talk about is Hansel and Gretel's House. And this says, sweet graham crackers covered with vanilla frosting and just a hint of sugar and spice, just like children like. This scent is awesome. And I initially picked this up just because the shapes were so cute. Not ever even a fan of like a gingerbread scents before. This scent made me love those gingerbread scents. It is so good. I said, I loved, all caps, when I melted it, loved. And it reminded me specifically of a very buttery cinnamon roll. So it was less gingerbread and more like cinnamon roll. Like you could almost smell like the vanilla icing on the cinnamon roll. And I said it was almost like you took an iced cinnamon roll and you dipped it in hot melted butter. That's the vibe that it gave me. It was so, so good. The next one is my OG favorite. I would say if you could get one scent from this entire launch, it would be this one. It is Tinseltown. Tinseltown is incredible. The notes are grab your cup of warm caramel cider and walk through the town to see sparkling lights hanging from giant Christmas firs. All I wrote on here is the best because I knew I could just like talk to you guys for years about how good this scent is. It is warm caramel apple cider and fir trees. And like I mentioned earlier in this video, the fir tree oil from Zeep is so sweet and delicious. And then you pair it with like a warm caramel apple cider scent. This is like the perfect scent for the end of the fall season and the beginning of the winter season, because you get a little bit of like that apple cider scent, and then you get the Christmas tree fir scent. It is perfect. It's perfection. I love it. If you could get one scent, this is it. Get Tinseltown. You will not be disappointed. It is phenomenal. The next one I have is Cindy Lou Who, and this is creamy vanilla bean, peppermint candies, and sweet pink sugar crystals. And this is one that I also did melt, and I remarked that it is a very strong, bright peppermint first to my nose, with the next note being the pink sugar, which is also very strong, and then just a hint of vanilla. So this one I've always kind of compared to Santa Baby in my head because they both have pink sugar. I would say Santa Baby reminds me of like the more mature adult version of pink sugar, whereas Cindy Lou Who is the more like bright, fun, like youthful version of the pink sugar. The peppermint is definitely strong. You have to love peppermint to enjoy this one, I feel like, because it is like kapow peppermint. But if you are a fan of strong peppermint and you enjoy pink sugar, then you would probably really enjoy Cindy Lou Who. The next one is Holiday at Gatsby's, and that's actually one that I won the name, come up with the name contest for, so I haven't smelled that one yet. This one is Cheers to the New Year with this fizzy citrusy pine cocktail, and it is new this year. Like I said, haven't smelled that one yet. I'm very excited to smell that one. I'm curious if it's going to be a fizzy pop and pine. I'm not sure if that's what it's going to be. Kind of sounds like it might be. So the scent notes on the Facebook page for this were a luxury evergreen fragrance with a traditional pine scent with vivid notes of eucalyptus, cypress, and tonka bean. Fresh sparkling lime with hints of eucalyptus and orange flower. So I'm not sure if it is fizzy pop. I don't think based on this, it doesn't sound like it, but based on the other notes, it does kind of sound like it. Either way, it sounds very, very pretty and like a nice, like holiday type New Year's-y scent. So I'm excited to try that one. That is Holiday at Gatsby's. Finally, for the wax melts, there is another new scent that I've never tried. It's either new this year or I just personally haven't tried it, and that is Always Slayin'. And the notes are, it's Christmas Eve, let the scent of fresh spices, sweet caramel tobacco slay you through the holidays. So that one also sounds really good, especially if you're a fan of like tobacco-based scents. And then just really quickly to talk about the candles and body care. For the candle list, there's White Christmas, which I talked about, Bad Santa, which is one that I have tried before. And the notes of this are Christmas Eve around the fireplace, sitting beside the Christmas tree, and spicy cinnamon sticks in the air. I have melted that in wax form, and I said it kind of reminded me of 'Tis the Season from Bath & Body Works, and is a very classic holiday scent, something that you can envision like your relatives melting, like a classic holiday candle like they would have kind of like in their home around that time of year. There's also Christmas Eve and candles, Blankets by the Fire, which is another scent that I have melted before. The notes are cozy up by the fire alongside the Christmas tree with a chunky blanket wrapped around your shoulders. And this was a beautiful, like, cashmere Christmas tree scent. Very, very pretty. I really like this. Also has, like, a smoky kind of quality to it. I really like that one. And then Snowball Fight, which is gotcha, crisp winter air, and freshly fallen snow with breezes of burning fireplaces mingle with hints of crushed candy cane. That's one I have not melted before. For body care, there's Yuletide Carols again, which I love. Pop the Bubbly, which I have not tried. Christmas Magic, which is awesome. Santa Baby and body care, awesome, beautiful. Candy cane, so that one is sweet peppermint candy canes and a hint of vanilla sugar. That's just like a classic candy cane scent. Candy Fairy, which I believe is a snow fairy dupe from Lush, which is candy bits, bubblegum, and sweet vanilla. Ugly Sweater, which is a cozy warm cashmere sweater decorated with woodsy holiday greens and hints of hollyberry, and that one sounds really lovely. And it's Always Slayin', which is the last one on the wax melt list. And then those are all of the body care scents. And then for the bath treats, there's Grinch Cookie, Milk Bath, Ski Trip, Mini Bath Bombs, Candy Cane Mini Bath Bombs, and Cotton-Headed Ninny Muggins Bath Rocks. So there is a little bit for everybody on this list. It is an incredible list. I am so excited about it. I, once again, will remind you, it is October 21st at noon Central Standard Time. So I'll leave it in the description and all of the details of where to shop down below. Make your list, check it twice. I know I will be doing that. And I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you're all doing well, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye, guys.